If you want blood, you got it. You will not want to miss today's episode. Why? I don't know. Morning roundup. This is a meme man. If you remember the memes from a few years ago, that's when this was made. Been making the things for some guitar octos. We got 2 of them. This is a tiny bit disappointing, but yes, we made the slasher guy. Yes, he has a chainsaw arm and I don't know what I call this tool. It's like a power shear thing. It's just scary looking, but somehow I kind of made the wrong distance between his arms and he doesn't really hold the guitars right. So this is just extra. We're gonna have to redesign. Fortunately, he was not a lot of plastic. This here is a Roman Emperor trash can and Sharko. Very excitingly, the D12 is pretty close to done. That might finish today. You complete me. Alley skull, Triceratops, and lastly, the big T-Rex skull is finished. That goes down swimmingly. Let's do the goal board. We managed to get 4 last week, which is still above our quota of 3. Maybe if the little psychopath had gotten done, we would have got the magic 5. But 4 ain't bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are well over halfway to the goal of 150. You ever notice how a lot of people don't say particularly, they say particularly? Now you will. Mailman. I resized it. I think it's gonna be a very, very attractive piece in a dark and disturbing kind of way. Stay tuned because it should be done by the end of the day. It's a pretty nice day out today. Thought we'd go on a little Segway adventure and get a Subway sandwich. I used code FL699, I think it was, to get it for $6.99. Isn't nature beautiful? Looks like somebody lost a fender. Subs with you. Bag secured. We definitely got to remember the Segway when we go to Shreveport in just a couple of days. Subway is not the most delicious of delicious sandwiches, but $7 is $7. Kind of a random thought. I was watching this podcast where they were talking a bit about the Big Bang and how mysterious it is, basically. I won't name who it is, but you've probably seen him before. So I was thinking about how I would explain scientific reductionism to this person. And I think I came up with the best analogy for describing this that's ever occurred to me before. So Western society has obviously made tons of scientific process over the past few hundred years, or however far back you want to push it. We've made huge gains in philosophy and science, and this has kind of bewitched us into thinking, and really the whole world, into thinking that what we know is much more important than what we don't know. To the point where we kind of almost subconsciously think what we don't know doesn't matter or doesn't exist or could not be relevant. This is basically scientific reductionism. It's like we know enough things and can explain enough of the universe that we feel like we don't really need to explain a whole lot more. And that's an understandable impulse because we've done some amazing things. But here's a picture I want you to imagine. Let's say we have 2 things, what we know and what we don't know. Imagine all the knowledge that we know is accumulated, and it's like a heap, like a trash heap or something like that. Let's say 500 years ago, that trash heap was very small because we didn't understand very much. But as we make more and more discoveries, as we transform mystery into knowledge, if, taking things we don't understand and making them something we understand, that heap gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And eventually we've got a whole heap of knowledge. We look at this, we're like, wow, we have so much knowledge. We have so much mystery that we have transformed into knowledge. You can see how this would make us really, really prioritize and privilege and value what we know. But the question you're not asking is, wait, so we've transformed mystery into knowledge and we have a huge, huge body of knowledge. Doesn't that mean there's like a ton of mystery? What makes us think there isn't way more mystery? What makes us think there's not just so much more than we currently understand, waiting to be transformed into tangible knowledge? Like, we've been transforming mystery into tangible, knowable fact for a few hundred years. And we've already got so much information and understanding of the natural world. Why wouldn't we assume that we've only just started on this mystery, on all of the mysterious aspects of existence? I mean, it's kind of obvious when you state it like that, right? But we don't live like this. We don't live like we're just surrounded by mystery. Like, basically any spiritual idea set or any religion or whatever, in a sense what it's doing is trying to grapple with the unknowable, or something that we can only dimly perceive, or whatever. Like, that's, people could have debates about this, but that's kind of what it is. But obviously in the modern world we've become less and less religious and less spiritual in our thinking, which to some degree is kind of understandable because of that huge heap of knowledge. But like I said, why don't we look at that knowledge and just think, man, there must be so much stuff we don't understand, because we've only been doing this for a couple hundred years and we've already got like a really, really profound understanding of the world out of that pursuit. So yeah, I just felt like sharing that, because if I was on this podcast talking about the beginning of the world and other scientific mysteries or things that we only dimly understand, to me that's like a very tangible, powerful analogy for fleshing out one of my ideas, basically. Let's package Sharky Boy real quick. Time for the navy blue T-Rex. Yeah. Blue Sharky. Another big Sharky. So I was looking at the contacts on my battery, and one of them is very, very corroded. So we're gonna use a little soda to clean it up. Look at that. That's gotta be about the worst corrosion you've ever seen, huh? I think we're gonna do, put the soda on there and then scrape off whatever we need to. Take a look at that. That's only the first little wave, and you can see so much of it has already come off. It really is amazing how well this works. Let's hit it with a little more. There we go, pretty much getting down to it. Bam! Purrs like a geriatric kitten. Mailman. I'm doing a little E-rank, but we just sold another Chuck Norris, and that's pretty awesome. Remember, it was not that many episodes ago I hadn't even sold one of these, and now we're almost over 400 on that bad boy. Amazing. Check this out. I decided to look at the Etsy ad campaign we did with the guitar octopus, and we've got 3 sales and only spent 41, so we are in exactly the range we're trying to get to, 3.46. Kind of comparable to the other ones, so that's nice. See, I knew we should throw a little gasoline on that fire. Listed the red David headphone stand. I took pictures several episodes ago, but didn't actually get it listed that day. We've been kind of waiting on it. It's as good a day as any to launch it. We're starting the week off strong. We've got the trip coming up, so might as well get the new products knocked out today. Decided to take a little time and knock out another big food. We are making a giant popsicle. Now, one of the things that's going to be fun about this, I was thinking about how to make it sort of long or long enough that it would look really big while I'm holding it. You know, you're going to be limited by the printer bed size, but what I realized is I can make the stick detachable. Basically how this is going to work, you know, it'll be mounted upright like this. We're going to mount the stick first. It's going to have things to go on the wall, and then we're going to slide the actual popsicle bit over it, and that way it doesn't have to print all as one piece and be limited in size the way it would have been otherwise. We got a white Einstein sand hook. The English muffin burgers have been wildly successful among the target demographic. I am the target demographic. Got a David can, one of the small ones. And here we've got the meme man. He's going silver. Alligator skull, yeah. You remember a few episodes ago when I showed you how to draw internal supports for things that are on the top of objects? Well, you can see how it's printing right now. Just a nice gradual slope. You got to really get the angle right, but this should produce a really nice looking top. You can also see that the outside looks pretty normal. There's a little bit of an artifact of the joining there, but it's a good way to get those letters to look the best. Some befores, Moais, silver meme man, and of course Red David. And after 2 stony boys, 1 Mimi boy, and 1 red boy. Right as I got done painting, our little creeper got finished. I think we're gonna paint him real quick. I think you might like what we do with this little psycho. Rawr. Also, I decided I wanted to put the holes in him like that because it almost looks like bullet holes or something. I mean, the holes have to go somewhere. Took a bit, but we got that popsicle fully designed. As soon as I get a printer ready, we'll start printing it. The thing that's fun about making a big popsicle, you can paint it so many different ways. In fact, we might do the old red, white, and blue, or blue, white, and red, I think is what those ones were. There's so many things you can do with it. But also it's summer, you know, and there are probably popsicle stands out there, especially as it gets hotter and stuff. We might be launching it right about the best time. But yeah, the other thing is it's actually not a lot of filament because it's a big flat thing and it doesn't have like tons of little details. You can just get so much filament cost if it's just got all these flourishes and nuances. Whereas, you know, like the big sort of geometric objects, they are very efficient space-wise. So yeah, the popsicle should be fun. Also, when I was doing the E-Rank with the Red David headphone stand, it was so good. I found so many good keywords with it, so it's making such a difference. I'm very confident that I will be able to place, you know, keywords that are going to really emphasize that popsicle. It's amazing how much of a difference E-Rank makes now 3 or 4 months later. So I don't normally look at this, but last night I was looking at some of the statistics for the traffic to the shop. And when I started E-Rank, I'm trying to think of how this is going to be from your perspective. I think this will be on the left side of your screen. Sorry, the right side of your screen. This should be the right side of your screen. So we'll go this way. Imagine there's a graph. I think February is when I started E-Rank, and I looked at where March was when it came to sales. Basically sales and traffic tracked this way. So we got February, we've got March, we've got April, and obviously May is not over, but so far it's looking like it's gonna track. In other words, it's been like a straight line, basically almost straight line going up. So yeah, I don't know why, like back in the day I used to use Marmalade, which is basically the same as E-Rank. I don't know why I didn't really do more with it. It just didn't seem like it was working. but I didn't give it enough of a test. I think that's what I did wrong. This time around, I didn't just test it for a couple of weeks or a month. You know, we've had a multi-month test and releasing new products, all with E-rank optimization. And like I said, it's literally like almost a straight line up. In sales for the past 30 days, it's 50, as of last night, it's 56% higher than last year, which is just huge. And plus, like, my margins are probably slightly better than they were a year ago. So yeah, I don't know why this turned into a commercial for E-rank. They should be paying me some money, but I do recommend it. For something that's only like 10, 15 bucks a month, whatever it is, I don't even know anymore. It's worth it. Join Discord, link below. It's a party. It's a party and a half. Actually, it's a party and 1/4. Toasty O's says, you need a great axe to hold while taking the D12 pictures. That would be really fun. But then, to take a humorous comment seriously, which is my specialty, all the customers would think the axe is included, and then I would get a bunch of bad reviews. That's a completely real, like, yes, that's actually what would happen. JP Letty says, the Creeper guitar hanger looks nice too. I don't know how people can watch your channel without buying something. Hey, little idea for everybody out there. I couldn't turn down the mech hanger for only 30 bucks. It felt like you were giving it to me. Que tengas un lindo día. Have a great day, he says in parentheses. Even though that actually means have a beautiful day. People who speak Spanish, here's a real question. What's the difference between lindo or linda and bonita? Because they're both supposed to mean beautiful. Contextually, it seems like Spanish speakers say bonita if they mean like a beautiful person, whereas lindo or linda is more talking about a thing. Let me know in the comments what the distinction is between those. Let's see what I'm grateful for today. All that stuff I talked about before with E-rank and whatnot, certainly part of it. Been looking at properties. We've got a property I'm looking at tomorrow. Pretty sure I'm gonna find something good. I had this one that they wanted like $1,200 for. I said maybe I would do it for $1,000 and they just wouldn't budge. But they had come down already from $1,400. But I'm kind of glad I didn't go with that one. Basically, we're finding a good place. Wherever I'm going next, I'm probably going to be there for a long time. So, especially since the state is paying me to look for properties, I'm really trying to take my time. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like we're going to end up in a really good place. I mean, that's obviously why I bought this chair. So that's good. Sales last week was amazing. It was one of the best weeks of sales I've ever had. Biggest thing though, I'm feeling pretty amazing about this Shreveport trip. I think it's in 3 days. I'll have to check. But we're super caught up on orders, which is a great feeling when you've also sold a lot of things. And by the time the trip rolls around, I'm not gonna feel bad about leaving the shop for basically a day. Everything's really going in the right direction. I'm just trying to, it's almost like a psychological challenge to acclimate to comfort if you're not used to it. Like in some abstract existential like sense, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be doing with this, because it's not like I'm getting super loaded or whatever, but I've got like all these options that I didn't have before, and I don't know what to do with that. Like, I don't know what the most responsible thing to do with this is. But yeah, after all I've been through, that's a good dilemma. D12 is gonna get done tomorrow, and it's looking pretty fly. As they would say in certain parts of South America, todo azul. But those are all things I am quite sincerely grateful for. Tell me in the comments what you're grateful for. Tell me what small moments of joy you're experiencing, what moments of levity are bolstering your day like a magic carpet across all the sands of Araby. I like to read the comments. I'll probably give you a heart, probably give you an upvote. You can upvote out of a sincere sense of empathy and kindness for the community. You can upvote other people's comments. It's the greatest gift a human can receive. We drop these marvelous episodes every single day. You are the Gratitude Gang. Just got to be grateful for something. Got some genuinely really exciting things coming up. Thanks for watching. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you. And like I said, join the Discord if you want to come to the party with a big old kegger. I'll catch you later. Peace out.